Hello, EBW 2020. This is Sheree Darien, your Savannah chapter leader, and it is a privilege to be with you, our One Club members. I am bringing you a lesson, two lessons actually. The first one being bootstrapping your business while growing your brand and major pitfalls to avoid when growing your brand or starting your business. So, two things I'm going to present to you. The first one for tonight is bootstrapping your business. And then in a couple of weeks, I'm going to come back with the second lesson, and that's going to be major pitfalls. But on tonight, I'm going to give you 3 steps to bootstrapping your business. Step one, say step one with me. Step one, Sheree, how do I get this thing started out of my pocket because I can't get a loan? Well, girlfriend, you're in the right place. The first thing you have to do is you have to be your own investor. You have to be the first person to invest in your business. So you're going to tap into your existing resources. Okay. Number two, you're going to scale your business idea back. You're kidding me, right, Sheree? No, I'm not kidding you. I only say that not to change your concept of what you're doing, but sometimes we think out here, but we need to take those incremental baby steps in getting started. Remember, we're starting the business. It takes time to grow and expand. If you're a mother, that baby comes out tiny and then it grows. Likewise with your business. We're going to scale it back so we can grow with the business. We're going to grow, we're going to scale, we want to be sustainable. Okay. And then number three, we're going to keep on top of cash flow. Why am I talking about cash flow with you? Well, let me stop. I'm going to stop right there and then I'm going to come back again. Number one, thank you for joining me today for another lesson in EBW's One Club, Bootstrapping Your Business. 3 steps to bootstrapping your business. I am Sheree Darien. Well, who is Sheree Darien? Sheree is the Savannah chapter leader. Sheree is also a former corporate banker. And then currently, Sheree is the Community Development Loan Officer. I'm so sorry because London just walked in, but she's going to get back out again, so apologize. Uh, she is the Community Development Loan Officer at SBAC, and she is an intrapreneur. Are you guys familiar with that terminology? An intrapreneur is someone who has the privilege of exercising and pursuing their passions while still being employed with a company or organization. I get to do that every single day. So I'm a small business lender. The company that I work for provides access to capital to people just much like yourself, those that are startups and those that are has been in business for a while, those that are looking to acquire business or even sell their business. So a little bit of everything there with SBAC. We're based in Savannah, Georgia. We serve both Georgia and South Carolina, and my office has been nicknamed Sheree's Shark Tank. So I have the privilege of speaking and working with alongside small business owners every single day. Before jumping into starting to work with SBAC, I left corporate banking, took a leap of faith into the entrepreneur space, and started my own business. When I did, unbeknownst to me, 6 weeks into my lovely transition, after investing over $12,000, my mom was diagnosed with not one, yet two types of cancer. And unfortunately, just a mere 6 weeks later, 1 week before Christmas, my mom died. I know. But the beautiful thing is because I took a leap of faith into the entrepreneur space, I did not have a very stressful, demanding corporate career breathing down my neck. I could be with her, and it prepared me to where I am today. So that's a little bit about me, and hopefully you feel a little bit more comfortable as I share with you more why it is so important that you take these essential steps to bootstrapping your business. So, guess what? Entrepreneurs, we are professional problem solvers. Okay, I want you to remember that. Entrepreneurs are professional problem solvers. So the world needs you. And I want to see you be around for a lot longer. So I'm going to jump in really, really quickly and just give you an idea of what does it mean in reality. What is bootstrapping all about? Bootstrapping is what it really sounds like. It's pulling up your own boots by your bootstraps. It's you doing the work. You are the first investor in your business. This is a conversation I have nearly every single day with clients that visit my office. When you're looking for a loan, don't expect the lender to be the first person to invest in your business. You must have, and hear me loud and clear, skin in the game. Okay? Bootstrapping is your skin in the game. Everybody got that? It's the money that not just money, but because for this particular sake, it's the energy, it's the research, it's the expertise, it's the knowledge, it's the experience, it's the craft. Whatever's in your wheelhouse, that's all you. But right now, tonight, we're talking about financing. So you're bootstrapping that business first. You cannot expect someone else to cheerlead your business idea as well as finance your business idea until you are first able to do it yourself. And there's something I always say to clients as well is that even if you get the first few no's, the first few no's is just to determine how serious you are. So, in other words, if you go to apply for a loan and the lender tells you no and you quit, you weren't serious in the first place. Remember, disclaimer, I'm a lender. I'm going to give you from a lender's perspective, but I'm also an entrepreneur who has already attempted to start her own business as well and just got kind of derailed just a little bit. But even in that short period of time, I learned some very powerful lessons that I'm also going to share with you so that it can prevent you from making some common mistakes that I did. So this conversation is going to be very, very transparent. And so we're going to deep dive into that. So, number one, what does that means in reality? This is taking stock of what you currently have. What do you have in the form of what's valuable that you can use as capital to start your own business? I'm talking about seriously anything. On a day-to-day basis, I deal with personal financial statements. And on those personal financial statements, we list our assets and our liabilities to determine our net worth. If you want to determine what you have, you can start with completing your own personal financial statement. You guys are with me? That's the first thing that you can do to determine what is it that you currently own that has value that you can use to make an investment, that initial investment into your business. Do you have a savings account? Do you have sellable assets? Even retirement plans, if you're young enough and you can pay it back. Do you have a 401k that you can borrow against? If you're currently working and you have not yet transitioned off of your 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever that is, if you're young enough, no pun intended, perhaps you can borrow from that or repay it or make the money back through your business for those that are a little more seasoned and then pay it back. Start a business that you can afford. Think of what you can do on a smaller budget. I'm going to skip that because that's more in line with my number two, scaling your business back. But I do want you to take stock on what you currently have. And this is just, the capital, excuse me, that's available to you and put any revenues, of course, that you earn once you launch the business, put that back into your business. So you're going to use that money for that reason. So, do you have a savings? Anything that you can sell to raise money? Do you have friends and family? Really, really good friends and family that believes in you, that will sow into your vision, into your business. Do you have those things available? What do you have? So you want to think about that as well. Um, I'm sorry for the pause. So that's just one of a couple of things I wanted to talk to you quickly on that. The second thing is, again, scaling your business back. So, what do you mean about that, Sheree? I'm saying if you have this pie in the sky type idea of something major, for instance, let me use myself for an example. When I transitioned out of corporate America, I actually started a business, and I opened it on the corner of Main Street in my community. Um, and fast forward, the ironic thing about that is I incurred an unnecessary overhead because I started straight into a brick and mortar office. I rented an office space that I did not need. Why didn't I need it? Because I was meeting my clients at their place of business and I was doing an enormous amount of travel. So there was no need for me to have an office space. One in which, let me be very, you see this sign behind me? Uh, she who leaves a trail of glitter is never forgotten. Yeah, that's how I show up in life, okay? And that's how I showed up in this business. I staged it with $5,000 in antique furnishings. You heard me correctly. In an office space that I probably can count the number of people that actually came into my office. It was gorgeous, but it was absolutely unnecessary. And so that is an example of what not to do. And I said that I was going to save that for next time, but I wanted you to know on what you can do to scale back your business. Start small. What can you do? I could have started that business working out of my home as a home office and then commuting to my clients as I obviously did without the unnecessary overhead expense. So that's a way of scaling your business back. Another way, thinking of, as you build your customers and your profits, you can build your business to what you always wanted it to be. Okay, so that's something that you can do. Um, Another example, look for low cost business ideas. Certainly, you have an idea of what you want to do. Run the numbers on starting that business. Okay. What do you actually need? How much inventory or equipment or supplies or products do you currently need at this stage? Just reassess that. Do the math, count the cost, see exactly where you are. In my daily life, I speak often about the business plan. That business plan will help you get clear on exactly the must haves for today. So, getting clear on that as well. You may want to start part time. This may be something that you cannot do full time. But every other waking hours, as we entrepreneurs know, when we're not on a 9 to 5, we're spending those remaining hours to sow into our own business. That's another way. It's not always directly cash related, but that time is an investment as well. Be careful what you spend your money on. Okay, so we're going to shift now into keeping on top of cash flow. I often reference cash flow as the blood that flows through our bodies. We all have it. But blood is essentially stays in our body unless we have it drawn out. So let's think about water. That's something that we need to stay hydrated, but it's also something that we expel through various forms as well. Cash flow is likewise. Cash flow, ladies, is simply every single cent that comes in your business and exits out of your business. Again, I'm going to repeat that. Cash flow is every cent that enters in your business and exits out of your business. So it is the flow. It's like a recycling center, if you will. It's the flow of money throughout your business, but it's everything related, everything that you pay, and every thing that every dollar that you receive into your business, and every dollar that you pay out of your business. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you. But just keeping a simple accounting online of your banking that you can have easy access to. Looking at those bank statements, sometimes daily. Some people like to look at it daily. Worst case scenario is weekly. Okay, we have our cell phones, so they're readily available as well. So it should not be difficult for you to just check your balance and know where you stand with your cash flow. And there, of course, in the tech world where we are, there are tons of apps that's available as well for you. So those are just a couple of things that you can do. You want to make sure that you put your revenues back into your business. Many entrepreneurs, that means not taking a salary initially or taking the bare minimum. Be ready to cut your expenses to the bone, sisters, to the bone your first year. Your first year, you may just be breaking even. It is a new business. You may not show an initial profit, but you may show that you broke even. And that's good as long as you're staying in the red and you continue to grow. Bootstrapping can be painful at first, but you have to remember why you got started in the first place. It's going to take time to grow. But when you've built a successful business this way, you will have the satisfaction of knowing you don't have to share it with anyone, answer to anyone, or owe anyone anything initially. You will get to a place in which you need to borrow, and that is okay. Of course, I'm here and I can walk you through that, but we're talking really, really quickly about how to bootstrap your business. Number one, what are we going to do? We're going to fund it ourselves. So, you're saying, Sheree, what do you mean fund it ourselves? We said start with the PFS, the personal financial statement. That gives you an idea of what you currently own, all your assets. You want to look at anything that has cash value. Do you have life insurance with cash value? Do you have a 401k with cash value? Do you have a savings account, a money market account? Do you have equity in your home? Do you have credit cards? Some people use their credit cards initially. Um, I really want to deep dive into the credit card conversation in our next lesson. But that is an option for small purchases. You never ever want to get in debt with your credit cards for your business. And I always, encourage, stress, emphasize that you keep your personal finances completely separate from your business finances. Do you guys hear me? Always ensure that you keep the two separate. Okay? That's very important that you do not have any co-mingling. Is it okay to lend to your business? Yes, with the intention on paying that back. But treat it like you would your own client, another client, or another individual, or even a banker. It's total separate. Treat yourself completely separate. Your business and your personal or home life is completely separate. Okay? So I wanted to tap into that. And then I made some notes for you as well. I wanted to mention to you a book that I just happened to run across, and it's The Elegant Entrepreneur, the Female's Founder's Guide to Starting and Growing Your First Company. And it is by Danielle Tate. The ironic thing about this book is that it referenced EBW and our founder, IV. And I almost had to do a double take when I looked at it. She is where I got the quote that entrepreneurs are professional problem solvers. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So you want to check out that book, and she gives some very exciting tips on how to bootstrap your business, the do's and the don'ts. But she also encouraged you how to get the most out of it. In fact, the portion of the book she says she quotes Ivia on how to get a mentor, and she mentions EBW because obviously it's a mentor matching platform. But the particular chapter that I want to draw your attention to is chapter 6 on funding. And this is key. This is a quote that I wrote down to encourage you that plans are nothing. Planning is everything. Did you guys hear me? Plans are nothing. Planning is everything. And that is from your business idea, going from your business idea to an actual business. And that was by Dwight Eisenhower. When bootstrapping, your customer funds your supplies and your capital. They are tangible proof and gives you confidence in the product and service that you have decided to introduce to the market. In other words, don't wait till your product is perfect to introduce it to the market. Introduce it and allow the reaction of your customers through their purchases to validate or even help you revise and perfect your product and service. But you will receive the proof and the confidence that what you have, they want and obviously are willing to buy. So that was just it. A couple of things really, really quickly. Uh, 3 ways to bootstrap your startup. Remember, bootstrapping your startups mean maintaining complete ownership of the thing that matters most to you. And at the end of the day, having complete control over your business is a liberating option. Be careful, be smart, and a little cautious in the beginning because it will all be worth it in the long run. So, what are some ways to bootstrap your business? What did Sheree tell you today? To tap into your existing resources, to scale back your business idea, and to stay on top of your cash flow. It is the lifeline of your business. So, when I'm having conversations with clients, many times they want to borrow not just $50,000, sometimes $100,000, sometimes $150,000. We lend anywhere from $2,500 to $5.5 million. But oftentimes they're not prepared to do so. Or oftentimes they haven't invested the first dollar into their own business. Not even for business cards, not even for websites. All I'm saying is don't let that be you. I want you to hear me really, really quickly. Is that when you can demonstrate that you have taken your own hard earned money and invested in your business that you believe is delivering a solid product or service to the market that is sustainable, that you're passionate about, and you have the experience to do so. It is a need that you're meeting that need. It's also supply and demand. If you can demonstrate that, you have done everything in your own power to invest and get your idea to where it is. We can help you get it to where you want to go. But first, you must demonstrate everything that you have done. That may mean calling on your parents, again, your family and your friends, those that believe in you, that support you. That may mean bringing in your family as well to back you. That may also mean sacrifice. That may mean not going to Starbucks, however many times we go. Or where else do we go? Just unconsciously. What about Walmart? Ladies, do you shop a lot? That may, those red bottoms, if that's what you're into, that means you may not be able to get that this time. Or you may need to sell those bad boys if you want to seriously launch your business and invest in it. Remember, it is an investment into your business. I'm going to look at my notes really, really quickly to ensure that I covered everything. Please do take an opportunity, if this is the first time that you have listened to any of the One Club lessons, I would invite you to our private Inside the Boardroom Facebook community. You can certainly join that. We welcome you to join that. Or in our online EBW community, share any feedback, comments, questions, concerns with us. We'd love to hear from you. Certainly, if you have not been to a local chapter in your area, we would certainly invite you in to attend those and invite someone else. Also, I also want to let you know that following this video, I will be preparing a downloadable recap of this particular video with some of the takeaways that I just explained. I'll have some practical steps in there too for you to take and some resources where you can go to help you. All of this information will be available later in the month on our page. So that's it. Again, Sheree Darien, Community Development Loan Officer, your Savannah chapter leader. How to bootstrap your business. I'll be coming back later in the month on 3 things not to do when bootstrapping your business. There are many, many options out there floating around. You are the number one person when in your business. The most important piece to any business is the business owner. And another quote I like to say a lot is that the biggest mistake small business owners make is thinking small. Starting a business is a big deal. And funding a business should be equally as important. But because it's your baby, then it is up to you to find the resources that you currently have and start with that. Those resources can be used to, well, I don't think you don't need resources to get a tax ID number. That's free. You can do it online. These are some of the steps that I take when I'm starting working with small business owners. Again, setting your structure in place. Filing your articles of incorporation. That takes money. If you need a business license or when you're filing for your business license, that's money. That's the initial bootstrapping things that you can do. That's not even your product or service yet. There's a lot that you can do without paying any dollars. So you can create your own website. And then that saves you and you just pay for the hosting. That's you bootstrapping your business. And these are really, really basic things. But there's other things that you can do. Just know that initially it is on you. So I would look within my own network and those that support me, those that love me, those that want to see me win. And if that means having a partner, you might want to consider that. But that is totally on you. It is totally up to you what direction you want to go with your business. So again, to recap, this was your monthly lesson on bootstrapping your business. And next time we're going to talk about pitfalls, to avoid when starting your business. So you want to grow right now and you want to know what to do, the steps to take in order to do it. And I hope you have enjoyed this session. We will be back in just a couple of weeks. Try these tactics. Start saving money as much as you can. Reinvest in it as much as you can so that it continues to grow strong and stronger and stronger and stronger. You can do this. You know what? The world is full of small business owners and they all started the same way you did. So I have good news for you. I'm so proud of you and you can do this. And if I can ever be of assistance to you, answer any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. It is my privilege to do so. I just want to offer you some feedback from that respect. And yeah, boost the potential of your own business by investing in it. And you can do it. We're here for you. Thank you for being a part of EBW 2020. Remember to get that book. Let me see if I can find it really, really quickly. It's by Danielle Tate, The Elegant Entrepreneur. You won't forget that because we're girls. The Elegant Entrepreneur. You want to look at that and get some of those nuggets. Chapter 6 is on funding, and there is a piece in there about bootstrapping as well. So I want to honor her by recognizing that. And then I'll be back to you within just a couple of weeks with some more tips. And remember the downloadable version with just a few tips to help you will be available shortly right here at EBW 2020, where we are empowering a billion women by the year 2020. Thank you so much. Goodbye.